run by a guy named Terry Edwards, who was wounded in Afghanistan in 2011. Took him 5 years of intense recuperation to get to the point where he could play golf again. And he has started this amateur tour. We're playing Saturday, we're playing yesterday in his Wounded Warrior Classic Tour, which is going to be at Prairie Dunes in Carmel, Indiana, or Carmel. I'm not sure which syllable you're supposed to pronounce.
Carmel is the West Coast, John.
Yeah, it's Carmel, Indiana, and not caramel, but Carmel. And we played in it, and it's fun. But he has a tournament coming up in October at Firestone Country Club, which of all the people you're looking at, Frank is the only one who can get there and play. All right. It cost $70 to play in the tournament at Firestone Country Club.
Not on a regular day.
No, not on a regular day. He has a 2-day tournament at French Lick, 1 day at the Ross course, 1 day at the Dye course. It's $70 per day. You can't play either of those courses for anywhere close to $70.
The South Course at Firestone, where they played the World Golf Championships, the NEC tournament was there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's a tough golf course. There's no doubt about it. It is unforgiving. It's long. But it's gorgeous. And I would recommend anybody, if you can get on Firestone, go play it, because it's a lot of fun. There are 3 courses there too, also. So.
Especially if you can get on for $70. So check it out.
It's $70.
CapitalGolfTour.net. We've got some questions, and we are going to pose them to Mr. Frank Basset.
I told myself for the question.
When we come right back, we are the Approach Shot. The 6-pack is next. Don't go away.
Hey, let's talk a little about daily fantasy sports here. See, I love to play, but I haven't had a lot of success, and it's been a little frustrating. Apparently, I'm not the only one, because 85% of the people who play lose. So when we started talking with Stat Hero about advertising here in the show, I asked what makes Stat Hero different. The answer made me a believer. See, Stat Hero shows you their lineups and dares you to beat them. It's you versus the house in a head-to-head fantasy matchup. Winner take all. No one else does that. Since I signed up back in late May, I've won about as much as I've lost, which is only because there are 3 Dodgers hitters that always seem to screw up my stats. Seriously, this is the most fun I've ever had playing DFS. So come on and join me. Go to stathero.com/approach, sign up for free, and right now you can get 3 times back on your first play. They're giving you a 300% match. That's unheard of. Go to stathero.com/approach. stathero.com/approach. Hey, it's Neil Michaels here, just soaking up summer with my sunglasses on and an Arnold Palmer Spiked in my hand. What's Arnold Palmer Spiked, you ask? Well, where have you been? And what have you been drinking this summer? Arnold Palmer Spiked is the classic taste of iced tea and lemonade with 5% ABV. Made with real juice and brewed teas for a smooth flavor that's as easygoing as chipping in out of the sand. So what are your plans this summer? Going to the beach? Maybe laying by the pool? Take Arnold Palmer Spiked with you wherever you go. For classic refreshment that tastes like playing 18 with an old friend. Nothing beats Arnold Palmer Spiked. It's the perfect balance of brewed teas and real juice, now with 5% ABV. Find Arnold Palmer Spiked in a store near you at arnoldpalmerspiked.com/approach or search for it on Drizzly and Instacart. That's arnoldpalmerspiked.com/approach. 2021 Hornell Brewing Company, Memphis, Tennessee. Malt beverage with natural flavor. Celebrate responsibly.
All right, welcome. Oh, wait a minute. I hit the wrong button. Hey, welcome back. We are the Approach Shot. I'm John Ashton. He is Neil Michaels. He is Frank Basset. We have some time for 6 quick questions.
We do, and we call it the 6-pack, and it is sponsored, as always, by our friends at Arnold Palmer Spiked. Go to arnoldpalmerspiked.com/approach for a retailer near you, and go to @theapproachshot on Twitter and send us pictures of you and your Arnold Palmer Spiked taking advantage of the summer and just chilling out and stuff, and we will, if we like it, put it here on our YouTube feed. How'd you like that?
Ah, fantastic.
I love Arnold Palmer Spike, by the way. Absolutely. Had it yesterday. I didn't play golf today. It's 105 here. So
Very nice.
Yeah.
That's why I'm in San Diego. All right. We got a 6-pack for you, Frank. You ready?
thirsty? Go ahead.
I will tell you, I changed the name of one of the bands here just because of the reaction to what you said earlier. So, Frank, question 1, best horn section, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Ides of March, or Tower of Power?
Tower Power.
Agreed. Having seen them recently, by the way, with a new lead singer, they are incredible.
Yeah,
I mean, incredible. So very hard to go. One of the greatest songs ever written and played. And it was still as splashy and stuff live. It was great.
Down to the nightclub. Bump to bump to bump.
that's off the album What Is Hip.
Yeah.
Wow. We are all geeks. Question 2. Frank, living or dead, who would you like to have a beer and talk sports with?
And talk sports with?
Sorry, I'm going through the change.
You're not going to believe this. You're really not going to believe this person. Gail Sayers.
I don't believe it.
That's excellent. I totally believe it.
Gail Sayers. Just
why Gail?
Well, because of what he went through and the racial issues that were going on at that time, and his friendship with Brian Piccolo and what Byron Piccolo meant to him, and just his raw screaming talent that was unbelievable. I just think he would be a fascinating man to have a conversation with.
I love it. Such a great choice. Question 3, you can snap your fingers and improve one part of your golf game just like that. What is it?
Putting.
Still putting for dough, huh?
Putting is everything. If you can just get it there and one putt, if you can one putt, you can win golf tournaments. You can win, period. Putting's the single most important thing in golf.
I'm hoping one day to be able to 3-putt. I mean, get it down to that. Question 4. One interview you did on Golf Talk America had a guest that made you laugh so hard you could barely finish the interview. Who was it?
Oh, that was me.
James Caan.
Ooh, that's right. I heard. Yeah.
That was a great interview. He, one of my co-hosts at the time said, Jimmy, did you ever think, and James Caan, of course, from The Godfather, from Vegas, from so many famous movies and things, said, Jimmy, did you ever think you'd be big enough to ever be on Golf Talk America? And he went, I never even thought about that. he was so deadpan on everything that I was just laughing so hard I was crying. And then we asked him about the TV series Vegas that he was on, and it had 10 of the most gorgeous women on the face of the earth on that show. And Josh Duhamel was also on that show. And I asked him, I said, so Jimmy, let me ask you this. What was it like on the set of Vegas? I mean, what kind of went on behind the scenes? He said, you don't want to know, and we can't say it on the air.
We probably can't say it either, but gosh, after we're done here.
He sent me a couple of pictures.
All right. Thank you for not bringing those. We like our show. Question 5. The Golf Genie just gave you the ability to morph into and become any golfer at any time in history. Who would it be and why?
Francis Ouimet. To come from obscurity, to come from adversity, to come from being told you can't go do this, you're not of the class to be able to do this. Son, you need to find something to do that you can make money at, from his father, to be put down by everybody, yet his mother had faith in him and let him live out his dream. And Ouimet came to be one of the greatest ambassadors and benefactors of golf in the world, the Francis Ouimet Society. Francis Ouimet.
Yeah. Very nice. Question 6, we ask this of everybody who comes on the show, since we are the approach shot. In your approach to life, Frank, what one rule do you live by?
Be nice to everyone, because everyone could be a potential juror.
Always the practical man.
I loved it. The beginning of that sounded so philanthropic, and then it went right back to Frank.
You can't take the donkey out of the stable.
I would say you're off the hot seat, but I think you just put us on it. So Nice job, sir. Nice job.
And just in case the illusion was missed by a few people, Francis Wilmette, The Greatest Game is the name of the movie, right?
Greatest game ever played.
Yeah. Watch the movie.
Fabulous
Watch the movie, and you'll understand the story that Frank was talking about.
Yeah. And it is based on a true story, and his little caddy turned out to be one of the largest car dealership magnates in the United States, out of Detroit. Little Eddie,
little Eddie caddy for him. It was great.
Multi-millionaire, and he again gave back to everybody. That's my big thing. Is it doesn't matter what you have; it matters what you have in your heart that you're willing to share with others. That's what matters in life, and I mean that very seriously.
That would have been the answer to question 6, not so much the juror thing.
It's more funny.
Yeah, that's true. It is.
I really mean that. I mean, it doesn't matter what you have; it's what you have in your heart that you're willing to share with others. That's the most important thing in life. Yeah.
And also, the U.S. Open is going to be back at the Country Club in Brookline, Massachusetts, which is where Francis Wilmette won his.
Have you played that course?
You kidding me? No. I mean, any club that calls themselves the Country Club would not have me as a member. Okay.
There's a sign at the door.
Yeah, I wouldn't be a member of any country club that would have me as a member.
Right.
It's a pretty incredible place, historic. Yeah. I'm big on golf history and sports history, because there's so many people, guys, and you know this, you know where I'm going with this. Mm-hmm. There's so many people who came before us, and all of our endeavors in life, whether it be being a DJ or being a musician or being a golfer or just being a good person, there's so many great people that we so often don't take the time to look back at our history, to look back at the people who paved the way for all of us to do what we do. And I think that's extremely important, that we get a little introspect going and look back.
Yeah, you're right. Every walk of life has had somebody who helped get it where it is now. And the fact of the matter is, oftentimes we're so caught up in what we're doing and moving forward. You know, we're taught, even in DJ school, never back talk, never talk about the song you just played. Just talk about what's coming up, what's coming up, what's coming up. If you don't look back, what's the old expression? Those who don't remember the past are condemned to repeat it.
So. Exactly. But I really mean that about people and looking back at folks, whether it be a golfer and look at the philanthropy that golf has brought. The PGA Tour guys, and I'll get serious for just a moment. The PGA Tour is a 501c3. The PGA Tour has given back more money to charity than all other sports combined.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Combined.
I guess it's got to be one of the reasons we love it. And the fact is that one of the great things about being a golfer is you can be as good as the two of you. You can be mediocre like me, or you can be like the kid I played with. My friend brought his 13-year-old to a little par 3, and he was hitting the ball really well, but every once in a while he'd dribble it, and nobody said, pick up your ball. It's at 13, he's got a better swing than I had at 30. And I can tell you, when he's 25, he's going to be able to embarrass the heck out of us out there. So, I think one of the things that's great about golf is not only is it philanthropic, but anybody can go out and play. And now with disc golf and foot golf and all the other things, even that's expanding.
The CEO and the janitor can have a good time together on a golf course.
Yes, indeed.
And it levels the playing field beyond belief. It truly, truly does. Plus, Neal, I know where you live, and I'm sure you have a big house, I've heard. And so John and I need to come out, because there's a couple of golf courses in your neck of the woods that are pretty fun to play.
Come on out.
A couple of them there right in the area. And I know you have a neighbor. I mean, Mickelson is still there right now. So
he is. Yes. He is. And it's funny, we just drove through his neighborhood not long ago. A $5 million house in his neighborhood is kind of a shed. Yeah. But, you drive through Rancho Santa Fe. Sorry, Phil. Now everybody knows. And you just kind of think, this is why he lives out here. It's the part of San Diego. It's a little away from the water, but it's got a lot of area. And I'll tell you this one little story, that the office that I used to have before I started working out of the house was up the street, literally had to drive by TaylorMade every day. And there's a 1-hole course across the street from TaylorMade. And at any given time, if they weren't on the tour, you would see Phil out there trying out new equipment, taking shots and stuff, and people would just drive by. Same as they do in Nashville when you see Clint Black at the Pancake House. You drive by there and you say, "Oh, there's Phil Mickelson hitting shots and off of Salk Avenue."
Pancake